Hi, welcome back. This is Chris Glatzel with Healing Heart Workshops. We're going to be working on this next video. We're going to be dealing with the overcoming fear. We all have a lot of fear in our lives. And so I'm excited you're here, and I'm glad you joined us this time. If you haven't seen the video on self-doubt, please go back and watch that. And the one on emotions, processing your emotions. Those are two very important ones, so please go through back and do that. Thanks for your comments below. It really helps to know if this is impacting or if there's something that's being changed in your heart and your life through it. Please feel free to comment and today and let me know how this is impacting you today. All right, so we're going to look at fear. In this module, we all live with fear in some area. There's always something, that crops up. And I think, again, we have an enemy that wants us to be afraid and wants us to look at the fear and to look, somebody said it's faith in the wrong thing, So, we don't have to let it rule us. We don't have to let it in. We don't have to let it overcome us. And, I want to give you a few tools to help you combat that, the feeling of fear. I was going to tell you a little more of my story. When I was little, I'm the oldest of 7 children, 4 brothers, 2 little sisters, and my parents had us all before my mom was 28 and my dad was 30. 7 kids in 10 years, right? And that's a lot. They were very, very busy. And as I look back after I've had my own 6 kids, I realize how unprepared they probably were. They were just high schoolers when they got married, and how and as I've been doing the forgiving process, the huge thing is to realize that I still needed to forgive the wounds and the lies that were put in. I still needed to cut off that responsibility and they really didn't intend to hurt me. I'm positive, they're good people. And so but the resulting wounds and lies, I needed to find the source, cut it off, and then allow God to heal me. So that's the process of forgiveness. It's really important. My dad was stressed about work a lot. He was a young man trying to support all these kids and without going through an apprenticeship program. And he had a bit of an anger issue. He'd come home exhausted, tired, and if things weren't done, it was everybody had to scatter kind of thing, like, oh no, Dad's in a bad mood. I don't know if any of you have experienced that, but it tends to affect you. My mom was overwhelmed and busy, so she didn't have a lot of time. So I felt, not neglected. I never realized that I was neglected, but there were things that I needed as a kid that I just didn't get because they didn't have time. And I never, ever considered that something to blame them for. But as I realized that there were areas of my life needs that weren't met, the forgiveness aspect had to come in. So I was left to fend for myself a lot. And the other thing that I learned was that strong emotions were not a good thing. If there was, for 2 reasons. If my dad would blow up in anger and be real gruff, that was something I needed to avoid. And 2, the rest of the way, and the way my mom dealt with things is that they never ever talked about feelings, emotions, anything. It was a complete shutdown on her side. And so I think I learned both of those things, that strong emotions were scary and something that you needed to avoid at all costs, and that emotions were letting out emotions was not a good thing either. So so I coped by not letting people in their problems get close, not people with problems to get close. And when I realized this, I had some work to do, right? I've done a lot of soul searching in the past, and in the process of this, and so I've learned a lot of tools, and I'm excited about sharing them with you now. So if you haven't gathered your art materials, go ahead and do that. I've got mine sitting over here on my easel. So also make sure you have a notebook paper on hand to take notes. And this is going to be a series of meditations and thoughts. And after each one, you'll either do a little bit of art or you'll do some journaling or both. The art journal you're making today will be layers of paintings just like the last one. And you can work all over the canvas or just in a corner in the beginning, however you want to do that. And so when we're finished, it'll be a different story than when you started. This is a story, it's a journal. These are art journals, and you will be writing the explanation and sticking them to the back of the journal so that you have a record of what you were feeling and processing. The enemy has access to us in a few doors. We call them doors. It's just an avenue, a way into our hearts. And the main 4 doors that are accessed, one of them is fear. And under that fear, there's other things that come in there. The feeling that you have to always be in control, or worry, anxiety, panic, some other things like that. So we want to ask God today if where this door of fear might be open in your life, and how it got opened, and all of that. So I want you to ask Father God a question, okay? So we've been praying for you over this video, and I want you to just relax and experience this. So when you're ready, make sure you have all your stuff set up. If you want to pause the video now and set things up, that's fine. And then when you're ready, I want you to close your eyes and picture if there's a door in your life, okay? And what that door might look like. And then with 2 colors, I want you to paint however that door is represented. All right, and I want you to pause it right here. Hopefully you wrote that down. And so I want you to ask this question. Another question here. I want you to ask this question. I'm going to show you this door that I'm just kind of sketching out, and it doesn't have to be any more. These are my 2 colors. It doesn't have to be any more involved than that. So there's a door. Okay. It doesn't have to be a real precise or anything. So the next question. Hopefully you paused, you journaled, you painted. This is the question I want you to ask, is when did that fear first enter into my life? Okay, journal that. And then when you're ready, with 2 colors, you can paint over that door, you can paint around it, you can paint something coming, however you want to do it. I want you to answer that question. When did this fear first enter my life? And so with 2 colors, paint whatever that represented, the feeling or however that happened, okay? And pause the video here. So next, I want you to say this out loud. This is we're going to pray prayers together along the way. And so I really want you to join in on this, and I'll say it first, then we'll say it together, okay? Father God, is there a lie I believed about you because of this fear? So journal that. All right. So whatever that lie was, if there was a lie there about Father God, I want you to pray this prayer with me. I reject the lie that, fill in the blank, that you would be that scary or whatever, would cause me harm, would make my life not safe, would neglect me, would be too emotional, whatever it is, fill in the blank, and say, Father God, I reject that lie that you feel that way. Please show me what the truth is. And I want you to journal the truth. And then with 2 colors, when you're ready, paint the truth on your canvas. Okay? Pause the video here. So I want you to pray this with me now. Father God, forgive me for believing that lie and agreeing with that fear. For believing the lie and agreeing with that fear. If you want to name them, that's good. And I choose to reject that fear right now. I don't want it in my life anymore. And please show me the truth regarding that fear. You've heard the truth from Father God about the lie, and I want you to get the truth from Father God about the fear. So you're painting truth on truth. Isn't that cool? Anyway. So after you've paused the video and painted that, one more thing that I want you to do that can complete this painting. This is a short lesson, but you know, it's an important one. So when you're done painting the truth on the truth, you can in a corner or just a representation of whatever, you can paint what that door looks like or feels like now. Okay, so if it changed or whatever, just kind of say, God, show me the picture of that door now, and whatever it looks like. And take a few moments and use whatever colors you want to do that with, and finish your painting up with that. You pause the video when you're done. So some people have asked me if they should do this video, if they can do any of these videos over and over. Absolutely. If you still have areas to work on, go back and do this as many times as you need. And believe me, I use these tools all the time by myself. You know, I don't always use them with painting, but when I, you know, processing in my head or just writing and journaling, it's really huge. And in a few days, I'm going to send you another video. It'll be about rejection. If we've ever experienced rejection, I think you'll find it very useful, or abandonment. And I really appreciate all the hard work you're doing. The fact that you've made it, this is the 3rd video you've seen, and you know, it's a lot of hard emotional work, and I appreciate that you're putting in the time, because I think it's important for you to start this process of healing. There's so much more that I'll have to share with you later, but a few foundational building blocks are really big, and thank you for all the time and effort that you're putting into doing that. Please leave a comment below on the comment section and let me know how this, what you thought of this one. And if you'd like to see anything different in the future or more, we're still working on some of those videos. So I would love to answer any of your questions if you have some. And you know, tell me what you feel your life would be like to not ever have to experience fear again. That's huge. I'd like to hear about what that is. And remember, you were designed to be amazing. So let's get it there and get you to all you were meant to be.